Hey guys, what is going on? It is me, Mr. Mario, and today I am bringing you a commentary about what, you might ask. Well, if you've blindly clicked the video, thank you very much for the support and the viewership and whatnot, but if you have looked at the title, that's probably why you came here, and you might want to know what I think about YouTube, and YouTube being hard or whatnot, if it is hard, if it's easy, what the deal is. And this is mostly for people who are commenters only, or they don't make much content, or they want to start getting into content. Any of those people or anyone like them, this is for you. For the people who are actively making content, who are growing, this kind of might be for you, but it's mostly for people who really don't know what goes on behind, behind the scenes and behind the uploader veil of YouTube, so to speak. So, first off, main question. Is YouTube hard? Well, a lot of people are going to give you different answers, and the different answers are yes and no and kind of and like all these other things. Now, if you want my opinion, my answer to this, I'll say no. YouTube is not a hard job to do, but at the same time, YouTube is not for everyone. Now, I will put it like this. The reason why I'm making this video as well is because I'm not singling any one person out or any few people, don't worry, but there's been so many people that have said things like this. I've seen small YouTubers say it, I've seen big YouTubers say it, and whenever something doesn't go their way, they end up saying, oh, YouTube is so hard, you guys don't understand what I have to go through, all this stuff. And listen, most of the people I follow, most people I watch are, gaming oriented and really focused on that. I will put it like this. I don't care how you spin it to me, how you say it, how you word it. Playing a game and recording it and then putting it into your editing software and recording an audio track over that is not a hard job. You will never, ever convince me that that is a hard job. I don't care what you're doing. You are playing a game and recording an audio track at the same time or at a later date and matching up the two and then rendering it out. Now, is it time consuming? Yes. Does it cost money to get the proper hardware? Yes, it does. Is it hard? No, it is not. That's just what I want to say, simply put. But going deeper into that, as I said, there's a lot of people that are going to try and spin it and say it's a really hard job and whatnot. And I want to say, first off, if you're wanting to get into YouTube and everything, one of the best and worst things about YouTube that everyone says is the comment section. And the comment section, it's because of you guys. That's why I keep pushing out videos and such, and that's how I'm able to keep making videos, because I'm able to communicate with you all. I like communicating with you all. I like to get the feedback and whatnot. And most of the time it's pretty positive feedback. But then you're going to have, that one guy who comes in and says, I don't like the sound of your voice, or your nose is too big for your face, or you look like a terrorist. And with that, it's gotten to the point, how I respond to that? I normally either don't respond because I'm laughing about it, or I just reply by saying LOL to them. Those are the ways I respond, really. And really, one good piece of advice I can put out about YouTube is, if you're wanting to get into this and you want to build up a thick skin and whatnot, you need to learn to laugh at yourself. Be like, yeah, you know what? I am Arab. Yeah, if I have a beard going on, I do look like a terrorist. You know what? Yeah, my nose is kind of big, but I don't mind too much. I mean, sometimes it could be a bit hard to breathe because actually, fun fact, the separator in my nose is actually crooked. Not like defying to the point where I need to get surgery on it, but I was just like kind of born with it. So literally there's like one nostril that I can breathe out easier than the other. But anyways, that's a whole nother thing. And see, I can just openly talk about this and kind of laugh about it a little, even though that really annoys me. The nose thing, personally. But as I said, what it comes down to really is a majority of the time, what people are doing is not hard. And I will come out and say, there are some things that you do with audio and video that are quote unquote hard to do. Going in, editing a track, getting levels, things like that. And I'm just being really general about this. But then doing color corrections, things like that, I mean, all this, it takes skill that you need to learn later on, and it's just not something that you're typically born with, because you're not going to open up the software and automatically know what to do if it's your first time doing everything. You have to actually learn it, and then you get better with it over time, just like any other skill that you hone in with practice and such. The only thing is, people make that out to be hard, and while you can do stuff that is quote-unquote hard, this is more my opinion on this, but in my opinion, if you're truly enjoying and you have a passion for what you're doing, it's not hard. And that's another thing I want to say. If you're wanting to get into YouTube just to get big, if you're wanting to get into YouTube just to make money, you are not going to enjoy it at all. Like me personally, honestly, I will say, I do make a decent amount of money on here to the point where this is kind of considered a job, because I'll be honest, I do have to pay taxes on the money here and whatnot, but I don't like calling YouTube a job due to the fact that I have way too much fun with it. But does it look good on a resume? Yeah, it looks pretty good on a resume. Not going to lie about that. But really, what I'm trying to say here is you can do things that are hard with audio and video, and you can do tricky things, but if you're enjoying what you're enjoying, it's not going to be a hard thing to deal with. And I'll even give you all a quote that really helped me out at one point when I was having kind of an inner conflict with a few things. A friend of mine, I went over to her house once, and I was just randomly talking to her dad, and her dad told me about all of his career choices and such, and I said, you're really a jack of all trades. You've really gone here, you've gone there, and he's like, the thing is, I've just never really found something that I really, really, truly enjoy. I might enjoy something for a few years, but I get burned out on it, so I switch to something else. So I really haven't found that one thing yet. But you know what, Danny? I'll go ahead and tell you this. You can learn to be good at something you hate or something you don't like. You can excel at it. You can be really good at it. You can be the best person in your field. But one thing you will never learn is you will never learn to love something that you hate. You could take any job that you hate or you don't enjoy doing, and you can make that a career. You can really, get somewhere with that. You can make some good money. You can rise high up in the ranks. But the one thing you will never learn in all of your skills in that job is that if you hate that job to begin with, and it stays like that, you will never learn to love your job. You'll learn to be good at it, but you'll never learn to love it. That's why it's always good to go into something that you love doing. Because if you get a job in something that you love doing, and you're doing it, and you're getting paid for it, it's not a job anymore. It's just something that you're doing for fun then, and you're getting paid for. So that's really the advice I could push on to you all, but I just want to make this due to the fact that a decent amount of people have tried to say, YouTube is really hard and whatnot. I will say, you know what, it is kind of annoying to get some stuff, like, for example, if I want to thankfully, I've been able to get further into YouTube and whatnot, but I don't think that would have been possible without the hardware I got. And all this stuff, it wasn't only for YouTube, but a lot of it was influenced by it, but a lot of it also was stuff I really needed too, or not needed, but I wanted to upgrade for myself so I could have something nice. But, I got a new camera, I got a better computer, I've upgraded the computer a few times, I've gotten, systems, capture card software, capture card hardware, I meant to say, things like that. And even like one example, I guess, from my end would be, this was a while ago, but when I did my PS3 downgrading video, I haven't told anyone about this actually, but when I did my PS3 downgrading video, I remember I had everything hooked up, I was recording the whole upgrade downgrade process, which took forever to do, because I had to do it with a bunch of firmwares, like multiple times and all that. And I remember I recorded all the footage, but because of that, because the way you do it, your PlayStation 3 ends up changing resolutions like 50 damn times. So when I got to the final video, the raw video I had itself was just completely uneditable, completely unwatchable. So I had to just completely scrap it and go back and redo all that. So I lost about, an hour of time, and I could have bricked my PS3 at any point in that process. And was it annoying? Yes. But was I going to come out and say it was hard to do, it was heartbreaking, anything like that? No. But I will say, the YouTube community does make it a bit hard. And another quote here, maybe I'm paraphrasing, but Trying to make everyone happy is one of the most stupid things you can do. And you know what, ironically enough with that, I'm sure there's going to be at least a few dislikes on this video. And one video I want to think of, for example, is the Loot Crate unboxings that I've done. I've only done 2 up to this point, but my first unboxing, it was me on camera showing my reactions and such and opening up the box. And I said in the video, if you like this format, let me know, or tell me if you want me to only record the box, and I'll do that. So a decent amount of people said, we want to only see the box and the products. So the next month, I made a video showing only the box and the products. Then I had the opposite happen, because I said in there, tell me if you like this format, or if you want to see my reaction again and such like you did last month. And then I had the opposite happen. Other people came in and said, no, this format's alright, but we want to see your reactions. So you see, there's no median, there's no middle ground there. Unless I make one video of each type of reaction, which would be stupid to do in my opinion. But you see, with that, there's a reason why the dislike button is there. Because there's always going to be people that don't like your stuff no matter what you do. And it might not even be related to your video. As I said, going back to an earlier part in this commentary, you might be making a video about something serious or whatnot, and it's a vlog, and someone just comments and they say, I don't like your face, or you're ugly, or you're gross. And 90% of the time, those people are trolls. So, you go ahead, laugh at them, downvote away and whatnot. But I'm just saying there's those people out there that do that. And most of the time, they do it for attention. So, also what I've learned with this is don't feed the trolls. Most of the time, it's better to just not respond. Not do the facts that, you're hurt or anything, but do the fact that you just don't want to feed the trolls. Anyways, I think that's it for this commentary, but that's what I think about YouTube overall. Kind of did a whole loop on everything, but in summary, is YouTube hard? No, it's not. Do you need to love it? Yes, you do. And do you need a thick skin? Yes, you do. Anyways, this is Mr. Mario, signing off. Thank you for watching, everyone.